Please welcome from Germany, from the Technical University of Ilmenau, Christian Henke, Markus Kniep and Michael Lückken, Team SmartNavi.
Hi, we are Team SmartNavi, and our idea is about a new way of navigation. We have three major problems: availability, accuracy, and high energy consumption.
So our idea is to make navigation much smarter than just using GPS. And as you all know, modern smartphones are equipped with a lot of several internal sensors. Those sensors are, for example, accelerometers, magnetic field sensors, which you all know as a compass, and other sensors. So with the help of these sensors, or by using these sensors, our smartphone can be able to detect specific actions or states. And so just let our smartphone detect all the steps we make. And if we also know the direction of each step, we can calculate our position very easy. And all this can be done all the time and completely independent from GPS. Let's have a look at how our idea works. This is some acceleration data measured by the accelerometer of the smartphone, and the values are in meter per square second. And if you have a closer look, you can count 8 peaks. And let me tell you that one peak is one step. So step recognition is very easy. And our smartphone recognizes 8 steps, so it needs to recognize also the direction, and it can calculate our position. That's pretty simple.
So our vision is to take the knowledge from the first prototype and put it into a real feature integrated in an HTC's phone. Remember the problems from the beginning slides, the availability. Our sensors are available all the time, independent from GPS, and so it's enabled to walk indoors, to navigate indoors where GPS normally fails. The accuracy, as you saw in the previous slide, the accuracy is much higher, much better than only using GPS. And finally, SmartNavi saves up to 70% energy. So HTC would be the first who enables indoor navigation. It's independent from GPS and save a lot of energy. So doesn't it sound quite brilliant? Thanks for your attention. Thank you.
It's actually two questions. One is like a little technical. How do you account for lag for different legs? Because if you walk, your steps are much farther than my steps are, which is not bad about with 5 steps. But if you talk about 10,000 steps, it really makes a difference. And the second question, so we can answer them all together, is how do you plan to integrate it? Because now with the prototype, I would have to know in advance that somewhere along the way the GPS gives out, but it's not realistic. So you have to integrate it like how? That the two navigation systems work together, and if GPS gives out, yours takes over. How would you realize this?
Yeah. Okay. I hope I can remember. So the first question, I think I forgot. It was about step length. Yeah. So in this prototype, we assume the step length because you must type your body height, and because of the body height, it calculates your step length. But of course, you're right. It's not exactly your personal step length, and also on your way, your step length can change. Of course, if you run, and it can be really a bit different. But if you have the choice to manipulate the small difference, so you can say, I see it's not as exactly, so I can say maybe a bit smaller or a bit wider. So you have good chances, and there are other ideas we have how to calculate the step length, maybe by using GPS, but this is too much. And the second question is how you want to integrate it. Yep. And there are existing apps which can give other apps who want to navigate. They can give them positions in the background. So SmartNavi could be a feature that you have in your settings, and you can turn it on so that in the specific use case, we must also talk about use cases, but not now. So in the settings, you can enable this feature. And maybe we can also use GPS, but we can also use SmartNavi to be more accurate, to save energy, and to be independent if you want to be independent. So it can just be a background feature, which is just enable, and Google Maps can just use it, because it just uses a value in Android, and we can set this value as we want.
Great, thank you.